probably deliver them down here in a few minutes, I'll have you.
Did Timmy get some packets done?
Okay, you got that one? Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court sitting in a regular meeting. Monday, September the 24th, 2018. It is, on my clock I have 9:31 a.m. Might note that this meeting is posted and published in the manner for the time required, and that all commissioners, full court, all members of the court are present. And if it's convenient, will you please stand for identification and pledges with Commissioner Wiley.
Let's pray. Father, we just come before you right now. We just want to thank you, Father, for your many blessings. Father, we thank you for the rain you sent our way and the cooler temperatures. And Father, we just ask that you be with us today during this meeting. I just pray, Father, for wisdom and guidance and direction in all that we say and all that we do, Father. Father, we just thank you, Father, for this week of being, this month being our 4-H month, Father. We just ask that you just be with those young women, men and women, Father, and you continue to just nurture them, continue to grow them, Father, and the young men and young women that you have them to be, Father. Father, we ask you to go with us, forgive us what we failed. In your precious name we ask. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, please be seated. Item number 3, public comments, announcements, and presentations. These are no action items. We generally provide about 5 minutes for public comments and any presentation that someone might want to have to the Commissioners Court. First thing on there is National 4-H Proclamation Week, and we have a contingent of 4-H folks with us. If we can get them forward here. For the record, we'll
There's some familiar faces in that lineup.
We'll start right over here on my left, and we'll have each one of these 4-H members state their name, and we'll come all the way down through our counselors and agents here.
I'm Rebecca Burgess. I'm a high schooler. I'm a sophomore at Graham High School. I'm a club officer, a county council officer, and a district officer.
Thank you, Rebecca.
I'm Amanda Richards. I'm a senior this year, sadly, and I am the vice president of the county council. I'm Miguel Casper. I am a junior high school.
What was that last name? Casper. Which is spelled
CASEER.
Thank you.
My name is Victoria Richards. I'm a junior at Newcastle High School, and I am a club officer, county council officer, and a district.
Last name again?
Richards.
I'm Boomer Whitaker. I'm a junior at Newcastle. I'm a club officer. It's for the Saltfork 4-H and also on the county council.
Boomer?
Justin Rogers, AgriLife Extension, County Extension Agent for Ag and Natural Resources. And this is my coworker.
Penny Barron, Family Community Health Extension Agent. And we are excited to be here this morning as we ask for our court to sign our 4-H proclamation as we kick off National 4-H Month, October 1st through the 7th. We will be doing activities in our county, specifically highlighting 4-H, our program, what we stand for, what we do, our projects, and reaching out to the community in ways that we haven't done maybe this last year to recognize our 4-Hers for the hard work they do, and then also in recruitment efforts as we hope to build our 4-H program even more than where it currently is now. And thank y'all for your support for our 4-H program and for our county office.
Okay, who would you like, for this? Who would you like to read this proclamation?
If you would like to do that, sir, that'd be awesome, unless you would appoint one of your commissioners to do so.
This proclamation states, whereas the Young County Commissioners Court is proud to honor the 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service for 111 years of providing experience-based education to youngsters throughout the Lone Star State. And whereas this admirable program, which seeks to provide a learning experience for the whole child, including head, heart, hands, and health, helps young Texans to acquire knowledge, develop life skills, and form attitudes to enable them to become self-directed, productive, and contributing members of our society. And whereas it's more than 550,000 urban, suburban, and rural youth participants ranging in age from 8 to 18, hail from diverse ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds and truly represent a cross-section of the state. And whereas the program undoubtedly could not have achieved the success that it has today were it not for the service of its more than 22,000 volunteers who have given generously of their time, talents, energies, and resources to the youth of Texas. And whereas throughout this proud history, the 4-H program has developed positive role models for countless Texans, and through its innovative and inspiring programs continues to build character and to instill the values that have made our state strong and great. Now therefore be it resolved that the Young County Commissioners Court hereby designates October the 7th through the 13th, 2018 as National 4-H Week in Texas, and commend the 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service and the many men and women who have made the program a success. And therefore we proclaim the date of the 9th and the 24th, 2018.
Thank you, Judge. As y'all are signing, I'd like to have a couple of our girls are actually going with Justin. Justin, if you want to share a little bit about what's coming in the next month regarding that trip.
Just a couple of things before I talk about that trip. I'm going to give you a little history, not history, but a little summary of what we've done the last few months in extension here. On August 9th, we had our District 3 Rolling Plains Sheep and Goat University. It's a multi-county level effort where several counties came through. This has been a really good effort. We actually been having it in Seymour. That's been an integral part of planning that program. We also had a mineral supplementation for beef cattle in Alding on 21st of August. We did that in conjunction with Salt Creek Vet. All these kiddos standing up here, we had officer training and also our officer interviews on the 23rd and the 30th of August. And then our ULEAD program is kicking back off again this year. And that's a cooperative effort between AgriLife Extension and the city of Graham through the chamber. And then we also had an interesting chemical release program. Some of the result demonstration information that we gleaned here in the county, the information was released, and we got recognized at a regional meeting for a brush control, our brush control efforts. Our North Central Texas Cattlemen's Clinic is October 10th. It's the longest running cattlemen's clinic in this region, and that will be October 10th at the Young County Arena. Really excited about this program. We're going to implement our Path to Plate program. It's a new program that AgriLife Extension is doing. It's a partnership between us and both the ag agents in several counties, and also our co-workers on the family and community health side are also going to talk about dinner tonight and some of the cooking of beef, how we properly cook it, and some of the health benefits. And we're going to talk about some drought management strategies and some alternative feedstuffs during that meeting. So we're excited about that. If you're interested in eating extremely good, we will have samples, and also for lunch we'll have big ribeye steaks. And so we're excited about that. One thing that I did mention, we are representing Texas, District 3, and most importantly, Young County at the American Rural Livestock Judging Contest on October 25th. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that a team from this region and most likely in Young County that's represented at a national contest. We were very fortunate in June to place third, and by 5 points, first through fifth, separated by 5 points. And we visited those kiddos. The kiddos came and talked to you guys after we got back to that contest, and extremely excited about that opportunity. But we'll be going to a preparatory contest on the way to that contest. But really excited about the opportunity and look forward to representing Young County in the state of Texas as well. So we're excited about the opportunity. Got a lot of neat things going. Very excited about having Penny on board. She's been on with us for 2 weeks. You know, and what's impressed about her is a couple of these events that the officer training and we collaborated on some information, and then on the officer interviews, she sat in and was helpful on things, and that was before she ever started. And so that's going above and beyond. The last 2 weeks, she has really hit the road running, to say the least, and has done a tremendous job. I'm excited about the opportunity she's bringing here, and not even expecting less with her reputation. Her past work ethic here is phenomenal, and we're excited beyond means to have her, you know, as our 4-H coordinator and our FCH agent. We're excited here. So a lot of neat things going. We're excited about this coming up fall.
We're glad to have you back.
Thank you. I will have a more thorough report for you all when we return.
Are these 4-H participants, or are they all participants of that judging team?
3 of the 4. And actually Amanda was on the team, and she's elected to attend a national rabbit show in Massachusetts. And so the team members that were on the state team were Victoria Richards, Amanda Richards, my daughter Phoebe Rogers, and Kate Anderson. Kate's the only one that's not here, but Boomer Whitaker will have Amanda's spot. And so it'll be these 2 right here, Kate Anderson and my daughter Phoebe.
Very good.
Amanda, I watched you grow through this whole 4-H thing. You're a senior this year?
Yes, sir.
I'm doing from forward.
I'm planning on getting my basics at NCCC, then going to Tarleton,
Good
and
move.
hopefully being an engineer or a ag teacher.
You're leaving rabbits behind?
No,
Never.
Never.
Ag teacher.
Never.
Ag teacher. You think
Don't
rabbits
cut
are
it
good?
up back there, we're gonna take it.
That's cool. Well, congratulations. You really sad to see the
I don't
public
wanna-
school experience go? Yeah.
We don't want her to leave.
I understand that. There's a little stability, doesn't it?
Where are you planning on going?
Tarleton, hopefully.
Good deal. Not too far. Right here.
My daughter's, my money went to Tarleton.
Your name, Boomer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, don't have
Okay, everybody gather up there for a side.
Yeah, we have to try to love each other, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that's
I have a lot of
right.
money invested.
Are you gonna use some flags or not? Yeah, darn it.
You stand or sit, whatever fits right there.
I'm gonna do it without a flash.
You'll tell things because you couldn't stand up.
No, he's gonna say it. Thank you all. I know.
There you go, Shirley.
Did great, okay.
Thank you all. Thank you all for sitting with me.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll carry a proud tradition.
Take care. Justin.
He's the man.
Yeah.
You have no
I'm
idea.
already recruited for county council and everything. She's like, great.
The youngest one, the bunch?
Yeah, there's
Boomer's a sophomore also.
Yeah, he said he's a junior.
He's a junior. I guess Victoria's a junior. Katie and Baker both
Oh, sophomore.
Two sophomores, two sophomores, three juniors, one.
Because Amanda's been an officer since she was sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Y'all want the original, don't you?
Yeah, be great. Thanks. Thanks again, guys.
Say, Justin. Where's that experience? Even at that lower level.
Oh, yeah.
Get it, let's see that person.
That's right.
Yeah, our defense really has to shut the game down.
Scored 58 or first down. Just working, run back and score first down.
Here we go. Put that blood back in.
Still need to do that for a little bit.
Yeah, we've got that before our Purple Heart.
Okay.
Next on the public comments, item number 3, we've got Purple Heart County resolution. This came in the mail, presented to us. I'll read this little short letter for you. It's Young County Commissioners Court. This is from our District 68 representative, Drew Springer. So as state representative, I am blessed to have an outstanding constituency. Young County's decision to be recognized as a Purple Heart County by the Military Order of the Purple Heart will have an impact on both public servants and private citizens. Thank you for ensuring that Young County Purple Heart recipients are honored. I look forward to watching this program grow in Young County. We have a resolution here from the state of Texas, presented to us by Drew Springer. The resolution reads, whereas Young County has been formally recognized as a Purple Heart County by the Military Order of the Purple Heart, following the unanimous approval of the designation of Young County Commissioners Court on April 23rd, 2018, and whereas the Military Order of the Purple Heart is a national organization formed in 1932 that provides legal representation and assistance, health services, grants, scholarships, and jobs to military veterans. The organization is composed exclusively of recipients of the Purple Heart, a combat decoration awarded to members of the United States Armed Services who are wounded in conflict with an enemy force, and whereas designation from Young County as a Purple Heart County is intended to encourage year-round respect and appreciation for Purple Heart recipients and for all area residents who have served in the armed forces of this country. Young County's approval of the proclamation follows the recognition of its county seat ground as a Purple Heart City on April 5th, 2018, and whereas Americans owe an incalculable debt of gratitude to the members of our armed services who have placed themselves in harm's way to defend the liberties that we hold dear, and the establishment of Young County as a Purple Heart County offers a fitting opportunity to acknowledge the steadfast courage, dedication, and patriotism of all the former military personnel who reside there. Now therefore be it resolved that Young County be honored on its recognition as a Purple Heart County by the Military Order of the Purple Heart, and that tribute be paid to Young County's Purple Heart recipients and to all its veterans. Signed, Drew Springer, State Representative, District 68. So, you will get a picture of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also in this non-actions item, because it's not listed as an item on the agenda, we're going to hear from our sheriff, Travis Babcock, and some issues maybe that he has encountered recently in our LEC and detention center.
Okay, over the last month, I guess, we started having some issues with AC units going down. we've already purchased one of the units to be replaced over the weekend. We've had 3 more go down. We had some Thursday, we had some electrical issues with the front where the key card's not working on any of the doors. We had to, there's only, I believe 3 of us that have a master key so we can get in to the office. The rest of the doors are not functional. We've had, for some reason, throwing breakers in the jail and causing issues. So we've had J&J, I've had Lansing over also checking our AC units. I had him coming by today to talk, just kind of give y'all a quick update on what's going on with AC units. I have J&J here to kind of let y'all know, because we have a project we're working on right now, starting today already, that we bid on. Before all this other stuff started happening inside the women's side of the building, they're going to work on that project. And I want to kind of give y'all an idea of what they're going to do to fix the problem with the doors, kind of let you know what to expect.
They're as in who?
J&J.
Okay.
And then
On the AC unit, you say going down, what does that mean?
well, like all the compressors, either some of the compressors are just burned up, and I'll let Mr. Lansing tell you about all that, but mostly all compressors. And also I have Debbie here today to talk to y'all about, real quick also, the money that we're going to have to spend on these hard drives that we're getting at a critical point now in dispatch. So if we something goes wrong with our computers, we're not even supposed to even reboot them because she's afraid it's not going to come back up. So that's why I had her come in here today to talk to y'all about the situation with our hard drives. And J&J's also got a way they're going to check to see, and I'm talking loud as an attorney, they're supposed to be telling you this, but about our grounding problems that we may have in the building, and also in putting in a surge protector type so that we can maybe stop some of these problems with these boards getting burned up. So if y'all don't mind, I'll have Debbie come up first and let her talk about the hard drives, and then we'll just work our way down.
I'm sorry I didn't bring a quote with me. I have one on my phone so I can kind of tell you I presented one.
Name?
Pardon?
State your name, please, ma'am.
Debbie Mills with
Debbie.
Warner Radio and Communications. We originally installed the console dispatch system in the law enforcement center when it was first built. And anyway, it's kind of moving forward. I get pretty passionate about dispatch, and I will do whatever I can to keep them talking, because officer safety is very important to me, and also the stress level on dispatchers, that's important to me too. I used to dispatch for a long time. Right now, whenever my phone rings, I look at it and I see it's Young County, and it scares me to death, because I don't know if I'll be able to resurrect the radio that's having a problem. I've already got one of my computers in right now being used because one PC died, and that was the quickest, easiest way to get it up. If another one dies, well, we've got 4 dead ones out of 10, so we've got 6 going. One of them's mine. I guess 5 dead ones, because there's 10 total. And it's like the sheriff said. What I see is, if I shut one down, because sometimes you just need to reboot a computer. I mean, everybody knows that. That's just the nature of the beast of computers. Sometimes you just need to be cleaned up. We're at a point where we can't take that Because if I shut one down now, it may not come back up, and it could be the county fire, ground fire, only EMS, only fire, only PD, or the primary, primary channel. At any point, any one of these could go down, and I can't guarantee you that it can be brought back up. And it's gonna be at least a day or two. I mean, a day of really hard working. 2 is still probably pretty optimistic. I can't say that because we've also got the problem of installing the software. The software, Windows 7 is being sunsetted. The software runs fine on Windows 7. We're not at Windows 7 anymore. The software is old, and I can't guarantee that the software that currently runs the program will run on anything other than Windows 7. So we just have these issues with software versions and stuff that we have to deal with. I'm telling you, it is, we're at a critical state. I recommended last year that it was replaced. The equipment was replaced and the hard drives upgraded, the PCs changed. Update them with, the solid state drives, which will last longer, will not be so bad. I mean, I hear about air conditioning problems. These things are also packed in tightly. It really, really concerns me that your communications with your officers is an imminent failure. It's just, I can't paint a dire enough picture for how serious this is. So, I would really like to do something. I sent a quote, I come up with like this, right at $43,000. But what I put in it was checking the antennas, a lot of maintenance that needs to be done that hasn't been done on the tower since it was built. Let me back up. Checking antennas on the tower. That's one thing, because I know there's some problems with antennas on the tower. I have radios that tell me that, and they're reporting problems. So I've got that so that we can see and develop a plan to repair any antennas or coax or anything on the tower in this quote. I know several of the agencies have gone to P25. I've added 2 radios, to add 2 radios to the system so that they'll be P25 digital compatible. So, I think most all the officers have digital radios now. Well, they could actually use them with dispatch. So that's upgrading the software. It has a maintenance package with the software so that you're not going to have to worry about any extra costs that come up with it. And it's basically upgrading all the software, putting new computers in dispatch and and replacing all of them with the radios. I've cut it back to 5 of the solid state PCs because I can run 2 radio programs off of 1 hard drive or PC. So, I can cut your cost there a little bit, but.
Debbie, did we discuss this? Didn't we have a discussion regarding this last year?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Have you got a quote there?
I don't have last year's.
Well, I'm talking about this year.
But this year I can email it to you.
If you could, please.
I can email it to you right now.
Is the age on these computers finally just caught up to us, or
Oh my
is this an
gosh.
electrical issue?
It will be a variety. We have line conditioners and UPS on the radios and on the PC, so that does help. But also the AC, we've got the old towers, the old Dell Ontiplex towers, and they are packed in this cabinet to where that's what makes it also hard for me to do anything if I even, I don't want to touch anything, because I'm scared something's going to die. It's, just not going to be happy with it. So they're packed in, so it's hard to keep enough airflow, to keep this equipment cool like it needs to be. There's one little vent back in this room, and of course, anybody that knows anything about a server room knows all that cold. And basically that's what these are, they're servers. They're just connected to the radios, that's how they work.
So it's just age and wear and tear.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, they're running 6 years old right now, and I don't know if any of y'all have a 6-year-old computer that you don't have any kind of issues with. I mean, it's just what happens.
It's the way it is. It's the nature
Yeah,
of the beast.
it is, yes.
How many did y'all replace 6 years ago?
What?
How many was replaced 6 years ago?
Well, 6 years ago, y'all got hit by lightning, took a direct strike, and it just burned up the system that was in it. And this was the one that I could get the fastest. But also, I did due diligence. I went out to a show in Las Vegas to find out the best system for your money, that would keep you current with the future. And I think this system has. We haven't really had to do anything to it. I've had the great fortune of being able to log in and fix a multitude of problems. Well, the computer that I log into, which uses some of my software, it died the other night. So now I've got the computer that I've got in there that I'm letting y'all use to keep you up, keep all the EMS, I think it's the one that's on there. I've got a log in program on it. So I can kind of do a little bit to still troubleshoot and take care of stuff. But I mean, it's saved, downtime is minimal because I can log in remotely, with this. Anyway, so I changed to that one. So 6 years ago was when I was put in. So this has been original equipment from 6 years ago. And it's really had minimal service to it. And like I said, most of the time, I can log in pretty quick and have y'all back up and on the air in 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes longer, because I just know what the software.
Have you got an email address? If you'll send that to j.bull@youngcounty.org. I'll distribute all members and our financial folks. Sure. J.bull. At Young County. .org.
And county's also spelled out.
Yes.
Or I don't know if I can do anything else.
Well, I understand the problem. What would it take to get us out of this? We'll solve our problems.
Yeah, 43,000, and I can get it started, and like, and like I said, that's also that includes 2 radios, which are digital radios, which
we need to be there.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and start, implementing.
Anything we bought on the last side, I don't know how many years, it's been P25. And digital, anything we bought in the last several years.
Right, and that's what I know, but your dispatch hasn't been. Right, they haven't. I put a radio on for all of it because the only PD went digital. But they've recently gone back to analog because, and they bought, they bought the older style and the voice quality wasn't quite as good. So I think they've had some issues, but also they couldn't talk to all the Young County. So I just recently moved them back to analog. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is replacing the software and the PCs.
What needs to be done to the environment in order to ensure that these things will last longer?
I think we've got pretty good environment back there because we've got a line conditioner and a UPS, so that really takes care of the voltage coming in. I know historically, and I know y'all got an electrician here to talk to you too, and I don't know about what, but I know historically, it's always run a little bit hot, not temperature-wise, the voltage. The voltage has been a little bit higher, over your 120, and, kind of watch that. That's why we put, the equipment on to protect the radio equipment, and then y'all got the generator, so the UPS will keep it all up and going until the generator kicks on. But it's, we've got lightning arresters, we've got everything for the radio and stuff, we've got good grounding in there, and.
So it's fairly dirty electricity coming through there.
It's amused me. I think the phone system for the longest has always had a buzz on it. We kind of feel like that buzz might have been a little bit of electricity.
Voltage fluctuations.
And so, it's like, push.
And fixing that in our county clerk's office remedied all of that problem I said. There's none, so.
Do you do the routine maintenance to the towers?
We schedule it. Routine maintenance means you gotta climb it. I'm not gonna do that.
No, not that tower. The computer towers. Mainframes.
No, we haven't, just that's a maintenance, it's an annual maintenance fee. Usually when I come out and do stuff, I kind of look at it, if there's a problem or something. And I recommend, always kind of recommended, like, at least once a week, maybe, or at least once a month anyway, to reboot all the PCs. Of course, that ain't gonna be right now, but on a normal basis, just because that helps.
What about the dust and stuff they collect?
Nope. That's not been.
Do they need to be vacuumed occasionally?
Well, yeah, y'all will see your computers, I'm sure, because, that room is not so bad because it is closed in, and it's not in and out very much. But
where's the return air vent in that room?
I don't know if there is one. There used to not even be a vent. I know somebody I'm not sure.
If you're pushing air conditioning in there, you gotta get some air out of it.
We should, but yeah, like I said.
And
that
whatever's
room-
close to that vent is gonna get all the dust brought to it.
Is it
Right.
back, are you
It's gotta
talking
be
about the
coming
back?
in
the
the
very
back
back.
door, probably no place to get it.
Underneath the door return.
It doesn't have a return that I can think of.
It used to not have a vent in it at all.
No, but
and
it's
I
too
know-
hot in that room. I have a lot of.
It
It is
is.
so
So would a remote
Well, and
return
that's-
air vent help?
It should be what, about 50, 60 degrees in there?
You know, I mean, we could do probably at 70, you know? I mean, 50, 60 would be awesome, but we've got these equipment, which the solid state PCs will not generate as much heat as what a tower will.
That's exactly right,
You know,
Right.
with the fans and stuff. So, you know, that'll be a little bit
Right.
cooler running. The radios still generate, you know, they're gonna generate.
Do the newer
heat, but they don't
processors
count.
run hot?
Pardon?
Do the newer processors run hot?
No, no, but I can tell you, I have checked it in the past on the radios, and I can check the temperature off of the radios, and it usually maintains 114 degrees in there. That's what the radios are telling me. So I know it stays hot. And like I said, the radios are still mounted in this big cabinet, you know, and it's all packed in, and it's so tight, no air circulation, so, you know, I mean, it's just, it's an imminent failure, and just scares me to death.
Is it a good idea to put two radios on one tower?
Well, I think we have enough. They technically always use 6 radios. And then there's like, you know, there's surrounding counties that they can monitor. There's the Texas Fire, you know, so that they can go to that. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what the other 2 are. So we have some built-in redundancy. So I can take one of those if something happened to one of the PCs. So I mean, obviously the best way is single, you know, one for each, but I'm trying to.
You lose a computer, you lose 2 radios, don't you?
Yeah, but if you lose one, that's why I say, you know, ideally redundancy is 10. But I know, you know, we've got some budget money to work, you know, to deal with, and I understand that. So I'm like, okay, we can use 5. And I can put our primary channels, however, you know, 5 PCs, and we've got 6 primary channels that we talk on, you know, all the time. So.
If we have 10, and one goes down, can you move that one over to one of the other computers?
Yeah, that's why, you know, I can rearrange them, you know, and move them like that. That's how come I was like, okay, well, I could get by with 5. I wouldn't go any less than 5. Because actually, these PCs will run 4 radio channels, you know. And so that's where
So you can actually move them over, reconfigure.
I could, yeah, I could, you know, if one dies, I can move them over.
But you only want to do that for a short time.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, you know, we just don't plan on doing that. You know, because these are our first responders, we gotta take care of them, and their first line of protection and help is dispatch. Yeah, it's dispatch. So those are the people that are gonna call them and help them out, and it's just, I can't tell you how serious it is. You know, I can't bring it back to life again, you know, and it's putting my reputation on the line, saying I can. You know, y'all call me to come out and fix it, and I say I can't, you know, then it's.
Nothing you're left to fix.
Yeah, you know, it looks bad on me, and you know, kind of makes me think, should I, you know, I don't want to, you know, put myself in a position where it makes me look bad because of bad equipment, so.
Well, we
But
don't
I will
have
always
this on-
do it. Pardon?
We don't have this on an item on the agenda, so we can't act on it really.
Can we add it to our Thursday agenda?
Excuse me?
Can we add it to our Thursday agenda?
Well, that's a possibility. We can add it. It's already posted, that thing.
It is
Actually, it's
We
supplement.
put a word supplement to it, can't we?
And make a supplement on that, and discuss it, in a more serious way.
At least we'll be able to take action.
There's 43,000 starting on new or just piecemeal?
It's leaving some of the existing radios, it's adding 2 new radios. They're tape radio, the tape radios that are in there right now are 10 years old. No, they're older than that. They were original equipment with the.
12
years old.
12 years old.
Yeah. So whenever the building was originally built, they're original equipment.
Was that console not a digital setup when you installed it?
No, it is. It's digital capable. You know, the first one, 12 years ago, we installed wasn't. You know, it would have had to have a lot of modification. This one, I just have to add the radio to it. I just add the digital radio to it, and it's good. You know, and it's software. You want all the full features of the digital, you know, the encryption and messaging and stuff. It's a software you know, that would be a software upgrade, but it's fully digital ready.
We were talking about that, Jimmy. We didn't really know that, did we? We thought we were gonna have to buy a whole new console and everything, so we're in pretty good shape.
Well, that $15,000 we put in here for that digital capability that we already have.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, now the radios, the tape radios aren't. That's where I would recommend replacing the tape radios with new radios, because it's just crazy. The tape radios are capable of P25,
Okay.
but I found out to upgrade them to P25 was, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. It seemed like $8,000, you know? And I'm like, give me a break, you can buy a new radio and put, you know, I could change all kinds of stuff with new
So
radios.
what's the tape radio cost?
A tape, well, the tape P25 radio is like 25, 30,000. So I mean, y'all got, the radios cost like 15,000 when we first put them in. They're a really good radio. They're really solid. But to upgrade it to P25, just to learn everything good, and, you know, that kind of money, and just to do a software upgrade and, you know, a little bit of mechanics to it. I'd put a new radio on it.
I'll send out, thank you, that I'll send out all the
Okay.
price information. Look at the other location. Brad, y'all need to
Are y'all gonna be cheaper than her?
Depends. I'm Wade Grissom.
I'm Brad Alberts. Joshua Blevins.
And the project that we're starting today was one that we've given the authority to we had found some cables that were under the floor that had been shorted out. And when we tried to re-pull the cables in there, we found mud. We found where we could not pull the cables out. They were locked into the conduit, so evidently there's some kind of problem with the conduits on the floor. So we're having to reroute over the ceilings to refeed these areas. And these are circuits that feed general lighting, life safety lighting, and in the women's block. We've called out over the weekend with one of our other techs that had some issues with some power problems that the drainage systems, some systems were not working, had found breakers that had tripped. That's been an ongoing issue where breakers have been tripping, you know, randomly, storms, be a storm or no storm at all, something go on. So, you know, there's multiple issues that it could be. We have not been challenged to find that issue yet, but that is something that's definitely needs to be addressed.
There is some short, they have been shorted out.
Yes, we've had main breakers on some of the main panels in there that have tripped, that's taken out in the
These are main breakers?
main breakers in the
Not
panels.
circuit breakers, main
Yeah,
breakers.
200 amp breakers that are tripped or bigger. So, you know, these are issues that we haven't been challenged to find them, because when we reset them, they usually come back up and we're able to get everything back on. But that has been a problem in the past. And there's so many what ifs and avenues that it could be causing this that we haven't tested out. We don't know what type of building grounding systems. We don't have.
What are you talking about, you're replacing those at the ceiling?
The ones that we were replacing overhead, it's about 100 foot of conduit and about, what, 17, 18 wires. Just 12, just branch strings. So these are small ones, but you know, there's a lot of issues there that we need to spend the time and look at that we haven't been charged to do that yet.
The buildings probably need to be properly, I guess, PM'd, and Mr. Wiley has some background on this. We need to be able to go in there and take some pictures of overheating. We need to be able to tighten up lugs, check the wirings on them. We can check the grounding in the panels. We can check the building grounds. Because with the building moving like it is, it could have broken the ground that's underground that's attached to a steel frame. We have equipment we can get or have that we can test the grounding with. That's going to be a big issue. That's one of your bigger issues in electrical.
We need to verify that it's actually grounded. That may have been something that happened this weekend.
I had trouble on the pole one time, when they coming in.
Right. Well, usually that's a different ground than what we use as far as electrical.
With all our AC troubles and all that.
That could be a grounding issue. That could be a surge issue.
Low voltage, high voltage?
Yeah, we don't have them with us, but you can get surge protectors that you can put in front of everything between the building and the transformers where you get the power. You have individual ones on each panel you could do. You do lightning protection on, we were just talking here, back here. You do a lot of small lightning protection on the air conditioners. I think you said those were non.
Can you actually protect one from lightning?
Yes.
I mean, that's not like man-made electricity, it happens in a hurry.
You can put what's called an MOB on there.
These are milliseconds.
Yeah, you can put what's called an MOB on there, and that will slow down that process. It may not protect it completely, but it will definitely take some of the spikes and some of the,
Yeah, I know the dirty electricity.
Yeah, it'll clean it up some and keep it from damaging the equipment. Now, it's not 100% guaranteed, no.
And as far as the dirty electricity, like you were asking, you put filters on that before the computer ran, to clean that up some. That'll help her out a little bit.
There's a lot of issues that we need to address, but that's why he wanted us to come here and kind of give you an idea of kind of some of the stuff that we've seen in the past.
How broad the scope of it.
You're telling me you started the project and it's gonna be going on long?
No, the one we're doing today,
Take us a couple, 3 days to do the conduit. Because it's up, and we've got to get up above that metal ceiling, crawl around up in there and try to run a 100-foot of conduit. I don't know if you've ever been above the ceiling, but it's just not a,
it's like fun.
it's not a great place to be.
As far as the main buildings and stuff, that's hard to say. You could walk up and find it right then, and it may take you 6 months. It's really hard to say, and nitpicking at it, you find a problem here, you nitpick it, you're gonna have 5 more over here. You need to spend the time to go through and find everything you can.
Is there such thing as a recorder you put on that electricity to find the spikes?
Sure.
We don't own one, but we can rent one. And there was another issue, I guess, that they got called out on last week, that some magnetic controls on the doors in that sheriff's office, and the equipment that there's, it's basically outdated. We're able to find somebody that could possibly rebuild some of the stuff, but they're still in talks with that company to see what kind of timeline and what kind of, if they can get the right components and that type of stuff. So
And what the expenses of
we
versus replacement?
We don't even.
Like Debbie was talking about.
Exactly. We don't have that number yet.
But the people that owned it, that originally installed it, had sold out to another company.
That happens.
So that's the other issue that you deal with in this industry, is it seems like that everybody don't stay in business that long.
Right.
Electronic stuff don't supposed to last 5, 6 years, about to
Yeah,
tell
your
you.
warranty's only around 90 days.
If you get that long.
If you get that
But it also goes back to this other deal we was talking about with the dispatch. We've got to start doing routine maintenance to curb these issues that we've been dealing with.
There's infrared studies you can do where we take, you hire somebody, contract us, whichever way we go up. You can look at panels and take pictures of it. You can see your hot spots. You can see your hot spots in your switch gears. You can see if the breakers, and then you can do further investigation, whether it's overloading or if it's a loose connection inside the breaker or the panel, or, there's multiple things that you can do to try to address these things before they become major issues.
And then one time a year, go through, clean out panels, and like that, so everything's tightened up. Save a lot of time.
But that ground issue, I think, should be number one issue we need to look at right now.
Well, that's what we were talking about
So
earlier.
Monday's not quick when you do it? Can you do it Thursday?
Excuse me?
That is Thursday.
That is Thursday.
Oh, okay. I was looking at it.
Sorry.
So, anyway, any other questions for us?
Yeah.
Do you have a roundabout? Do what? Do you have a roundabout one? No, I'm not even gonna try to decide. I'd be throwing dollars in the air if I tried to tell you something like that.
I do know it'll be fixed right from the start,
Those are the numbers that make you use your budget.
The problem is LEC.
There's a possibility those main breakers could be weak.
Yes, if they've been tripping numerous times, then they do get weak with age and,
Yes.
and tripping, and we may replace it that might not have as many issues. So, those breakers could be anywhere from 3 to
If
5.
we do this in light of this, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. Doesn't that electricity need to be fixed?
Before she even starts, yeah.
It's always a good thing to have good power.
Good power.
And good power and good AC and,
Things get heavy,
Like I said, don't put it in a bad environment to begin with.
right?
That's that filter we put in there.
He's not done yet.
Computers.
Right.
No money. Air conditioning.
I still got one more guy.
Till you go on.
Thanks, Wayne. See you guys.
I think I
Thank you,
know
gentlemen.
all of you.
Appreciate you. That's what needs to be done.
Okay. Appreciate your work, thank you.
That's upstairs.
One more is.
Here's a guy who knows what he's talking about. I'm Terry Lanson with Lanson Mechanical. So we just recently started to take care of the facility over there. Since we've started taking care of this, what we have noticed, just what we were just talking about, the maintenance has fallen way short. The equipment is only 12 years old. You should get anywhere from 12 to 15, maybe even 16 to 18 years out of a piece of equipment like this. We just replaced one complete package unit last week, just due to one compressor down, half the condenser was leaking. To repair the machine, you were looking at right around $9,000 or $6,000, something like that. So we replaced the machine for $11,000.
No warranty.
Well, to repair it, you don't have any warranty. There's no warranty left on the equipment that's currently there. This weekend, we get the phone call early Saturday morning that basically a half of the wing, where the kitchen, where the, I don't know what you call that area where they have the bookend, and the women's wing completely out of air conditioning. So we sent a technician over there. He finds 5 grounded compressors, which what that means is internally the motor has shorted to ground, which had, in my opinion, caused an entire panel. Basically, it tripped a main breaker that's in the electrical room behind the facility. So what we did, I mean, and it's raining, you know, pretty heavy during this time. So we disconnected the compressors. We were able to reestablish power to the panel, which brought the blowers back onto these machines, you know, with no refrigerated cooling. So what I did in a hurry this morning was try to get some prices put together for you. Just a quick price to replace 5 compressors, you're looking at right around $13,000. Unit number 1, which takes care of the women's wing, both compressors are grounded. They have no air conditioning unless we either replace the compressors or we replace the machine. To replace that machine, you're looking at right around $10,000, which comes with 5 years of warranty, compressor warranty, and parts warranty, 1 year labor warranty through our company.
What brand machine?
It's a Bryant product, which is a Carrier product. It's actually exactly what's up there. To do this, the most economical way would be to put the same unit up there. If we start trying to change brands of equipment, well, then we have to look at curb adapters, which is another $2,000 for a piece of metal to set on the current curb that's there to get the new, you know, different type of unit to fit the ductwork.
So these are basically the same units that are there?
Yes,
They're
sir.
same
Yes.
make, style, okay.
Which it's not a bad product either. It's, I mean, we're Bryant dealers. We stand behind the product. If properly taken care of, the machine will last longer. I mean, routine maintenance, changing belts every year. You know, we were working on a unit last week, unit number 10. Well, I walked up on the machine and the blower's running, but I have no power to the control panel. So I'm trying to trace this out. Well, for some reason, we have 2 separate power sources feeding this one machine. Well, somebody has wired the blower directly to a disconnect. Basically, there's a switch inside of this control panel that should turn the blower on and off. With that being said, I found some burnt wires in one of the compressors. One whole circuit is completely shot in this unit. That's unit number 10 that we had spoke about. I did get circuit 2 up and running by repairing some wires, got the power back up and going, and I did wire the blower back into the control that it was supposed to be wired up to. And why it was like that, I have no idea. I mean, nobody, hopefully, in our company would ever do anything like that. You know, I don't know if maybe there was a problem like in the heating side of it, because 2 separate controls turn that blower on and off. You know, The thermostat in the cool side turns the blower on, and then there's a board in there in the heating side that turns the blower on. So if for some reason through the furnace control board, the blower relay or something's bad, so somebody just decided instead of replacing the board, we'll just wire the fan to run
All the time.
year round, never shut off. So anyways, we resolved that issue as well, but the equipment overall is in bad shape. If we put compressors in these machines, we still have basically worn out equipment. We can replace the equipment and start to take care of the equipment like it's supposed to be taken care of and get the actual life out of them. But as of now, unit number 1 and unit number 4, which takes care of the kitchen, have no air conditioning without either replacing the machine or replace the compressors. Replace the compressors, I can say that it will run, but there's no guarantee how long.
Can you put that in an estimate, a formal estimate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the compressor cost?
The cost of the compressor is $1,350. And then, of course, you know, there's lots of other things, like each one of these circuits holds roughly 10 pounds of refrigerant. 10 pounds of refrigerant at $35 a pound, well, there's, you know, $350. And then, you know, dryers, which is $100. Freon, we just discussed Freon. All the equipment it takes, I mean, you know, to change one compressor, you're looking at several $1,000s.
So to get it started, you could go ahead and put the compressor on it now.
Could we?
I mean, do we need to do that now?
Well,
There's no air?
For 2 of them, and here's the deal, both of these units have 2 compressors down in them, which that's all they have for refrigerated cooling. I mean, I would replace.
What would it cost to replace all the units?
Well, I mean, all of the units, you don't have to replace them all
Then
at once, but like.
We gotta get this calculator.
But they gotta have compressors in them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one we just replaced, unit number 12, is $11,330.
So it's just a total unit?
For the whole unit, that's.
Plus he also has.
And there's how many units up there?
There's a total of 12 package units and 2 split systems on the facility. So 1 unit is brand new with the warranty. To replace a compressor is $58.98.85. So this is why we just replaced this unit.
So how many units need to be replaced?
So in other words, you could.
Two units.
Oh, 10.
10 or 11 units. If you wanted to replace them all, 11 units are left to be replaced.
You replaced 1.
We've replaced 1.
And that's 11.
Yes, sir. 2 units are completely down. Oh yeah, and all of the exhaust fans are out on the facility. And there's also like a sophisticated fresh air ventilation system that's not been working for some time on the facility, which we haven't even actually, you know, dug in and looked at that. The main thing
It had to work during the inspection.
That's what you say, hasn't that been inspected one time or the other?
Well, not too long ago, it was inspected by the Joe Commission, and it was working then.
I think we're seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, there's a level problem there, isn't there?
We need to get them guys on, to find out before we replace all that stuff, because it don't make sense to replace something and turn around and burn the bottom.
J&J needs to start.
They need to get their deal done before we get this other stuff done.
But the only problem that we have, and I agree with the Debbie stuff, but these AC units, we need to really do something pretty quick, because they can't go with just blowers running in there if it gets up very high. It's supposed to be low in the temperature after tomorrow.
J&J
Can you,
I wouldn't want to be housing women prisoners with air conditioning.
what we can do on this
Thought we
deal
were bad.
is they can check that circuit that goes to those air conditioners that has problems, especially the ones that went to ground. That needs to be checked out first to see whether or not we have a problem in that area right there.
Well, I have a technician on the roof as we were talking right now, basically going back over the stuff that we looked at this weekend, just because it was raining.
That's what blows my mind, that's what comes to my mind, there's something up there that it's getting ready.
And what they're working on right now, the project they're working on, I believe might even have caused all the issues we're having right now.
So we may be working on the problem right
I
now.
don't think so. But I don't think it's, because it's still a different deal, that's three-phase stuff up there at the top.
Right, well, this panel, basically the panel is three-phase, single-phase. I mean, it has single-phase circuits in it as well.
You put your compressor in three-phase.
They are. And, you know, the one thing that we really could do, with the surge protectors is add phase monitors to each individual air conditioning unit. What that does is, and this happens everywhere that there's three-phase, there's times when basically a building will drop a leg.
Yeah.
And so what that does to our air conditioner, the air conditioner doesn't know that it should shut off at this point. Well, those motors are still trying to start with only 2 legs of power, which it's sitting there overheating the motor inside of the compressor until it trips the overload. Well, that's only going to take place so many times before the compressor is done.
Yeah.
And there's not a facility in the country that has three-phase power that at one point or another is not going to lose a leg of power. You know, it would be better if it lost all 3 legs of power, but unfortunately that's not what takes place.
It's always just one.
So, anyways, that's what I have to bring up here. I will type up kind of a professional proposal as to what we need to do. I will give a proposal for compressor replacement as well as equipment replacement, and we'll start with these 3 pieces of equipment. If we can start taking care of the stuff that's there now correctly, I think we can at least year by year maybe replace, you know, prepare to replace 1 or 2 pieces of equipment instead of this emergency situation that we've just been dumped into.
And we need to prioritize those repairs and do them in phases and see what we get done.
And will you throw in that estimate too, like you were saying maintenance, like a yearly or 6 months?
Quarterly is what we need to do, and then like an annual like belt maintenance, washing condensers, things like that, checking motor bearings.
Because let's try to do the best of it, like you said.
That'll extend the longevity of the whole unit. It'll also help on cost too.
Absolutely.
So really what we've got is 2 units that got 2 of the compressors right of, and 1 unit that 1 compressor is on.
Yes, sir.
So basically.
Well, there's more than one unit on the roof that only has 1 compressor out. Unit number 10 only has 1 circuit. But it's working at 50% capacity right now. And this was last week whenever Travis had said, would you please come and bring this before the commissioners? And so, yeah, so it's unit 10, unit 1, unit 2, and unit 4. Unit 1 and 4 are completely down, which is the kitchen and the women's unit.
We've had an idea.
Yeah, we're gonna investigate it. We have the tobacco settlement money that can only be used for inmates.
Something for the
jail.
The jail. It's
Inmate care.
Inmate care.
Right.
And so.
We have $117,000.
I've only used it one time, and I do the grant every year, so I have
We used
$170,000.
$100,000 of that in the last.
Would that help?
How much you got done?
Would that help?
How's that?
After the budget hearing last week, yes, that would help.
We might have to double check to
I'm
make
gonna-
sure
yes.
that we can use it for that.
For that,
That'd
but
be good.
I
Verify
think
But it only can be used for inmates.
we'd have to
I would
use it
think
for
that,
something.
the only reason we have air conditioning there is for the inmates.
Yes.
Thank you, lady.
Not we change them to the Oak Street.
So let us do some investigating. I'll pull my stuff out.
Thank you, Jim.
And ladies. Lady.
Thank
As
you.
long as your public section, Debbie, thank you.
Thank
For
you.
the family.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I doubt if we can use it for dispatch, but
So we're on the public comments, announcements, presentations. We have 2 folks back here that, I don't know what we're, Susan, do you want to say
On the
something?
agenda, could I just say thank you? I mean, I got there.
Come on up here.
We need a thank you.
Yeah, you gotta get there close.
We don't hear these very often.
Well, I just wanted wanted to, come up on behalf of the
Come on,
Young,
come on over here, come
on behalf of the Young County Humane Society.
Yes, ma'am.
To tell you how much that all of your support means, because these are critters that don't have a voice. And it's not just bleeding hearts, it's abandoned, injured, deceased, or cruelty. And it gives them a place, because so many animals do come from the county. And, they have a place that's safe until they can either be claimed by the owner, put up for adoption, or humanely euthanized. Which people don't like to hear that, but these are trained, to be the kindest, most humane way for the animals. But they have to be held somewhere. And this Humane Society has gone through a lot of issues, problems, but still there's a core that has stayed together to try to, keep it going.
Yes, we have an item on the agenda about that. I haven't heard back from them. They do have a contract in their hands. With it, would be between Young County and the Humane Society for substantial funding. So, yeah, I just haven't heard back. I got that in their hands about last Wednesday.
Okay, so do they need to know to come up and?
They're quite aware. I requested it to be back Friday, but I didn't hear from them, so.
And it's a turnover, they're in the middle of it.
Maybe they might have had Monday because they had a meeting on Tuesday, and so they were going to meet regarding that.
I'll try to give them a call, but for sure, the citizens and the people and the animals that have been reclaimed and even adopted out, and rescues that have come in and send them on, so it's wonderful for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Susan Robinson. Okay, have you got something?
I work for Rich Brothers Auctioneers. I was gonna see if y'all open bids for equipment yet.
We got the 10 o'clock bid.
We already passed 10 o'clock.
We're past it.
It is past 10
It is
o'clock.
past 10 o'clock.
Little bit.
Our public comment.
That's the longest public comment time.
No, last
I've
week
been
was
here
pretty
12
good
years
too.
and I ain't had one year.
Well, we're down here to item number 11.
11.
Will be the seal will be a open bid for two 2015 140 M3 motor graders, precinct number 4.
The first bid we got was from Ritchie Brothers.
That R-I-T-C-A-T-Y?
R-I-T-C-A-T-Y.
Okay, it says here, Rich Brothers Auctioneers will purchase the two assets listed on the attached Schedule A for $465,000 for both of them,
$232 apiece.
or
It's not bad.
Rich Brothers Auction will guarantee two assets listed for $495,000 from gross guarantee numbers subject to subtract 10% commission. We also offer a 90% Young County, 10% Ritchie Brothers Auctioneer split proceeds, if any, for a gross guarantee of $495,000.
Take them to auction.
If you go to auction.
$495, they'll guarantee $495 if we take them to auction?
Yes.
Or they'll buy them outright for $465?
Yes.
232 is not bad. I think I got 230 for my last run. Not bad at all.
If I could explain
Yes, sir.
the second half, maybe clarify it a little bit. The second number on the gross guarantee, we're basically guaranteeing that as a sell. So your bottom dollar net for the gross guarantee is going to be $445 and $500. And then basically, if they sell for any more than the price we have listed, we split those overages 90-10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would alleviate, probably make that 465, about 468.
Correct.
Yeah.
We feel very strongly about both pieces.
Look at him, he's all happy.
Okay.
Now watch this be even more though.
This is from B Equipment. And they're bidding, $232,000 on
Close.
each machine.
Goodness. Same thing, bottom end. Oh.
But you can make an additional $20,000 or so? Yeah, about 12,500, 13,500.
On each unit,
Yeah.
by giving them to them for auction.
Man.
Something you need to think about there a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's got to figure out.
Yeah, he needs to.
Gonna do some ciphering.
See that,
Extrapolating his numbers.
Yeah. Extrapolate.
Can you get them in that next auction if you to get the bid? Which
We
is
would-
the one, which is the 25th?
We would put them in the upcoming Houston sale or as soon as,
What's the date on
get this long distance.
Yeah.
our,
It'll be in here.
Hey, you got a card too?
yes, sir.
I'd sure like to have your card.
I'll send y'all over my info on email. Yes, sir. Our feelings would be that the machines would do best, and it'd be better for Mr. Jimmy's timeline if we probably took them to Houston. Our next one in Fort Worth is in December. That, or we can sell them online via Iron Planet with the same pricing agreement. And apples to apples, our pricing on Yellow Iron's neck and neck with our online platform versus that. And in doing that, we can sell them straight from y'all's yard. If y'all don't want to keep them there anymore, we can sell them from our yard.
Houston auction, when?
Houston would be, let's see, next, I think it's November. It's Houston.
And that'd be physically taking them to Houston?
Yes, sir. Now, like I said, if we do them online, we can do them straight from y'all's yard, or we can sell them from our facility, and they're carrier controlled, you know.
They'll be guaranteed the $495.
Want to sell online, and guarantee the $495.
Yes, sir. We,
Can you say the prices are almost the same online as well as physical auction?
yes, sir.
And what are we going to deduct off of that? $495.
So $495, we're gonna take 10% off of that, and then, like I said, anything above $495, we're gonna do the 90-10 split.
So in other words, if it brings $495 or thereabouts, you still, time you pay the commission on it, you're still gonna just gain right now about $3,000 from what they want to buy them outright. 3,000 total.
Each? Or is it total?
Total. Be it 1,500 each.
And you know, you're only looking at, I mean, B did 232 about what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's probably all you're gonna get anyway, even online. I wouldn't
Well,
go for
they're
They're obviously looking at a $247, $250 retail price on them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So by the time you do this, and this, I think I'm just gonna take the 465 guarantee
I would
on it,
With that little bit of difference.
with that little bit of difference there. Because they're $500 more
Yeah,
than what B is on
That's
there.
gonna make you some money.
And we have a big, I mean, we're global, so what they're gonna do is, I mean, we'll take them in, get them up online if that's the route we take, and we have a whole group of people that do internal sales, so they're gonna be calling everybody that's bought one in the last year that's even close to that, so we're gonna get a whole bunch of people together before we start bidding on these things to get them where we need them to be.
What was your trade-in value?
220.
24,000.
$35,000
Yeah.
extra there.
What do new ones cost, though?
New ones?
Yeah.
They'll cost a bit more than that.
Buy board pricing though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Governmental pricing.
yeah.
So if we do the online, what we would like is if y'all can have them just washed. I don't think they need anything other than that. And get them either to our yard or we'll get an inspector out to y'all's yard to do the inspection and then proceed with the sale.
And what auction would this be on?
Sir?
You say Iron Planet?
Yes, sir.
465 farm, you got that locked in, because you've already looked at it.
That's correct. We've had a VP and 5 people in there have price and stuff. Y'all feel good on that?
Yeah, I think.
I think the 465, we're not gonna go ahead and take the guarantee.
Mr. Wallace appreciate, but I think he's thinking right.
Yep.
Okay, guarantee deal?
Guarantee.
Got a.
Happen to have. Contract right here.
Situous.
I
sure do.
Do y'all want
I
to
sure
see a
do.
copy of
Quicker they get rid of them things, quicker they get their money back.
And all
You don't want a
did you
copy?
get is the final one.
Okay.
Make it back to the office.
You want one?
Ritchie Brothers.
That's kind of just.
465.
And I'll make you copies.
So just need to be signed.
Can initial here.
Matt, do you want a copy of the minutes? I'll make Stacy one and one from Shirley. Do you need anything else?
I have a copy of that, I'm fine.
Very much.
And same with y'all, the rest of y'all's equipment, we're very glad to, even if we don't win the bid every time, I'm more than happy to come out and look at stuff and do appraisals.
You would do appraisals for us?
Yes, sir.
I got his name.
He's gonna send that to me.
Right. I have it marked down, okay, just initial here.
Using our heads. Using our heads, thanks to you. I ain't there no more.
You're doing that. Alrighty, guys.
Logan, I'll be getting in touch with you. Logan,
Motion.
Second?
Logan? Yes, sir. I'll definitely be getting in touch with you.
All right, I appreciate
You
it.
bet, man.
Mr. Bullock, appreciate it.
Logan, is that?
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
So I need a copy of that.
Okay, not a problem. And I'm gonna send over the final.
Okay, that was a motion, Commissioner Wiley moved to accept Rich Brother Auction Service guaranteed bid $465,000 for the purchase of two, and that's collectively for the purchase of two 2015 140 M3 Caterpillar loader. And the second was by Commissioner Sykes. All in favor?
Aye.
Make the county some money.
That'll work. That'll work.
When you receive that, copy of that contract, would you let her take a copy of it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, let's run. About a 10-minute pause here.
Good.
And we'll start.
Continue on.
We're taking a break.
Crazy girls overheating.
13,500.